Hey, what's up, boys? I am back. I do apologize for the little break that I took. It's a long story, but who cares about all that? Today, I want to talk about Skate, also known as Skate 4, but sadly, they don't want anything to do with the old Skate series, apparently. So, anyways, let's just get right into it. So, I'm going to be straightforward here. I've seen the amount of EA glazers in my comments and on about every platform possible.
It's an early access. It's a free game, dude. Be grateful.
You get the gist. But those are just terrible excuses from kids. This game was supposedly 4 to 5 years in development, I believe. Skate 1, it was developed for like maybe 2 to 3 years. Skate 2 took about 1.5 to 2 years, and then Skate 3 was developed in roughly 1 year. If that doesn't say much, then I don't know what does. It took them 10 plus years to greenlight a game only because they knew they can take advantage of the in-game currency. I wouldn't complain much if the clothing was good, but if you look at the clothing, it's horrendous. Like, it's genuinely terrible, and I feel so bad for the people that are buying into it, even though most of the people that are buying into it are buying it for quote-unquote rarity. But here's my biggest issue. The game is just boring. The skating's nice, very fluid. I actually love skating realistic in this game. It's actually kind of what made me start skating realistic for a bit, even in Skate 3, which is crazy because all I did was challenges from the start. But it's also just the fact you're doing the same missions on repeat. The game dropped in August of 2025 and Brick Switch is still locked. It's February 2026. When I was in the pre-alpha, like starting April 2025, I genuinely thought that Brick Switch would be in the game when it launched. And when the game launched, Brick Switch wasn't there, and I was like, oh, maybe next month. And then the next month happened, still didn't happen, and I uninstalled then. I also have yet to look back on uninstalling the game. I really do not care for the game. I've seen gameplay on my YouTube Shorts, my TikTok, and my Instagram, but the game literally looks the same. Like, yeah, they might have added a few little things, but the game is literally the same. They added some ramps, like in the air and stuff, but they lead to absolutely nothing. But I also saw how they added that like neon spot, like in that little underground area or whatever, or like the tunnel, whatever it is. It looked really cool, but it was nothing to make me like hop back on. It was nothing like too exciting. Same with Impossibles. I thought Impossibles, like I was excited to hear about that, but it's still something that didn't make me want to hop on the game. I'm not going to sit here and give Skate ideas on how to improve their game either, because their entire comment section is just filled with ideas and complaints, but they outright ignore them. And then they'll focus on, I wonder if we should drop the pink miniskirt in the item shop today or the gray leggings. What do you guys think? Should we add 3 or 5 currencies to this new season? These devs are just genuinely out of touch with what people want, and they only release what they want, and that's anything that involves money. I do understand you do need to make money for your video game, so next time, how about let's not make it free to play, online only, and where the map feels like it's entirely generated by AI. I'm just disappointed in the game. I genuinely want to love it. I like the gameplay, love the slow and fast flicks, but if I'm honest, after Sanjay and Dumbad locked in on improving the Skate 3 community, which I'll talk more about at the end, I'll just never go back to it. Like, I do plan on going back to this game, possibly in the future, if, these microtransactions end up improving the game, but I really don't think they will. I think they'll just keep trying to improve their microtransactions, and that's all they'll do. Because clearly all they do is care about money. This game has zero soul, has no story, and there's little to zero pros in this game. I don't know if there's any pros in this game. I could be wrong on that. I think there's Shingo, which is based off of a real pro, but still. I'm pretty sure there's less than 10 pros in this game. I think there's even less than 5 pros in this game right now. Which is genuinely sad because the entire Skate 1, 2, and 3 series had so many pros. You'd also think in a game called Skate, they would have added the game mode, Skate, by now. It took the old Skate team 1.5 to 2 years to make that game, like the first game. They literally had that in the game, as well as a story mode, pro skaters, and actual skate parks that feel like real skate parks. Meanwhile, Skate has some skate parks that are fun and all, but the vert skating somehow still holds them back. Unless you're going 1 million miles per hour, and their community parks are just 1,000,000% AI. Like, I guarantee that. Besides the Dime Skate Park, I gotta say, that was one of the best ones, and they took it out pretty fast. But I put money that those community parks are AI, or quote-unquote community parks, because those are not community parks. I just don't believe in anyone's right mind they would just add 90% parkour spots with 10% trash skating spots. I've yet to see one valid comment defending Skate. It's always the same comments saying it's an early access, so give them a break, or you people who make excuses for them are the problem. They ignore all the criticism and only respond and heart all the glazing comments. It's been that way with playtesters as well. Like, literally, I can confidently say that the skate team did not listen to any feedback. Tons of people were constantly complaining about the vert speed. They would change it here and there, but somehow they would make it even worse. I just don't get how they can't simply make it how the other skate games were. The vert skating in every other skate game was amazing in my opinion. Like, nothing wrong with them. And I say that because going downhill or skating vert in those games felt good. Last time I played skate, pumping literally felt like it didn't exist in the game. But if you pump in the old skate games, it literally feels like as if you're pumping IRL. It's just depressing seeing that skate was this much of a disappointment. They managed to drop 3 back-to-back-to-back bangers. 4 if you want to include Skate It. But they waited until they can take advantage of the fan base, and I guarantee most of the fan base of Skate 1, 2, and 3 aren't buying into this microtransaction fest of a game. We grew up being able to simply play a game to unlock all of the branded clothing in the game. Just playing the game, not playing the same missions to get a simple white t-shirt out of a loot box with a 1 out of 20 chance that takes 15 plus seconds to open. I do understand that kids nowadays only grew up playing video games filled with microtransactions, but it sucks because that's literally who they aimed this game at. That's why they ported it to PS4 and Xbox One as well, which I hate that games are still doing that because it holds back on what they really can do with optimization and stuff. I don't have the biggest issue with it, but it's just the fact that they're working on a mobile port as well. There's a sign up for it back in like April of last year, but I don't think I ever got accepted, so I can't really give you guys my, thoughts on that. I don't even want to sit here and complain about the terrible art style of the game either, but it's obvious it's like that for the optimization of old-gen consoles and mobile. They do not care about the skate franchise or the skate culture whatsoever. They only care about money. That's it. The amount of lies that they told pre-release is also sad. I watched a video on YouTube after the game dropped, which I'll leave linked down below, and I'll also leave it on the screen for you. But it basically just explained every time the skate team lied about the game, and there's countless amount of lies in it, but there was a clip from Skate 3 Tommy himself saying,
"This game is exactly like Skate 2.
along the lines of that. That is the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life. Where in Skate are the security guards, the constant skate spots that lead to one another, the story mode, game modes, and you were even able to call Big Black for help if security guards were in your way. Like, where's the passion and skate culture in this new game? It's legit nowhere to be seen, but yet the main player base is just Fortnite kids with their parents' wallets on standby. And it sucks too because even Skate 1 had like this thing where you can call somebody to remove skate stoppers. There's nothing, like literally nothing besides the fact that you can skateboard that relates to skate in the game. I don't even know what I said there. But anyways, I can go in all day comparing just one of the old skate games versus this one, and it would just be a hydrogen bomb versus a coughing baby every time. Maybe I'll do that. Comment down below if you'd like me to do that, but honestly, I also want to mention this. This is going to be added later onto the video. I already edited everything, but I just forgot to mention this all. I made a video talking about my issue with the skate team. If you want to go check that out, you can. I'll leave that also linked down below. It was one of my most recent videos. But they teamed up with X7 Albert, and they did that, I believe, a day or two before the game released fully. And that really made people not want to play the game. And I'm not going to say who, but it made people that play Skate 3 not play the game because that dude has always been like the most toxic dude in the skate community. It's really weird because there's not really any toxicity in the skate community besides like the newer game, bringing in all like the Fortnite kids that make every game competitive. But he single-handedly somehow became one of the most evil people in the community because he's just a scumbag. And by scumbag, I mean this is a dude who tried to scam his fans by making a fake video game called Skate 4D. Like, I don't even know how EA didn't even try to sue him for this. Like, I genuinely don't understand. He claims it wasn't a scam. He made a video on it not too long ago before Skate came out because he thought he can revive his career. He made a whole video basically saying,
I didn't scam.
blah, 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 blah. He's just trying to explain it all, but I don't believe anything he says. I fully believe that he was trying to scam his fans because it's kind of a coincidence that, he sold his team and kind of quit YouTube for a bit afterwards. Kind of weird, huh? I don't know. If you really do think about it, this man was the original crypto rug puller. If you watch the gameplay in the background of this video, you will see a ton of custom models that I added into the game myself, custom maps I even added myself from Tony Hawk, and this is all done in Skate 3 using the RPCS3 emulator, thanks to Sanjay and Dumbad. They both locked in and made this possible. This isn't like a paid promo or sponsorship whatsoever. I've literally been waiting for this for about 2 years, 3 years maybe, since somebody else originally said they were going to work on it, but I don't think they ever did. If you're interested in getting into any of this, I will be making tutorials on how to install everything and how to import everything into the game, so just wait on that. I already have a tutorial on how to install Skate 3 on PC, but I'm going to make a new one. But yeah, I'm going to make a how to import custom models, how to import custom maps and all that, so stay tuned for that. Hope you boys have an amazing day, and yeah, peace out.